this is one of my best achievements. My daughter, she's 9. The book is also quite good. It's for sale out there. So this is the story. This may not be a true story, but it's the one I'm going to tell you today anyway. Closed source is basically dead. It may survive for a while. It may have a certain lifespan, but the future of every closed source project is just death. It's a legacy on delivery, basically. I know personally I've written millions of lines of code, and every single closed source project I ever worked on is dead. Whether it happens the same year or in 5 years' time, they're all dead. And the open source tends to live a long time. So I've decided for myself just to make open source forever. I don't want to write dead code. But more generally, I believe that open source as a technology for building software is the best that we have so far, and it will eventually beat all closed source. And companies will end up using open source for all of their key layers, or they will leave the markets. So building open source is kind of a special thing. And this story is really about building communities that then build open source, rather than just saying, here's some open source. I call this social architecture. And when done right, it's very profitable. It makes money for many, many people. And you can see this in the world today. I mean, what's the best-selling smartphone? What's the second best-selling smartphone? And what are these built on? They're basically built on stacks of open source. Even iOS is built on open source in the end. So the kind of our industry is painful. That's the overlying thing. When we work with software, most of what we make gets thrown out. Most of the work is very hard. We spend our time making stuff that people don't really like. And it's painful. There's this constant, you're talking about COBOL in 2013. This technical debt is a constant thing. We accumulate complexity, and it's very hard to get to this place where making software is nice and fun, like we all thought it was when we were teenagers hacking. Our first feeling was that